So let me kick off my presentation, Gamechanger, Metaverse for the pharma industry. And maybe you see the first quote, yeah, so Metaverse, or you can call it spatial computing, and maybe with other names. So we talk about the next evolution step of the internet. So it is a marathon and not a sprint. So let's kick me off the presentation, following agenda for the next 30 minutes. At first, I want to give you a short introduction about myself and my mission. Then I want to share with you why Metaverse matters for pharma. Then how to enable a Metaverse vision. So how could a Metaverse vision look like? And then I want to give you some insights, what are concrete to-dos. And here I can share some own experiences, maybe you can use for inspiration. And at the end, I made a conclusion, what exactly are our learnings and maybe our recommendations. Okay, so then let's start with about me and my vision. So this is my personal mission, and this is always in a company. If there's a new topic, it's what you need is a metaverse enthusiast in your company to open the door. But the most challenging question or the task is you have to convince at least 50% of your employees who walk through the door. So you have to convince them to understand, to raise awareness, to walk through the door, maybe to change the current behavior. Otherwise, it will fail. So this is me on the left side. So I have a role. So my official role, it's called Digital Trend Master Pharma Global. So so my job is to look outside in the commercial area. So what are here the new behavior changes for patients, for HCPs? And then to translate, to pick up the trend, and then to translate to concrete activities in our company that we're looking to what kind of capabilities we have to update, or maybe where exist, or we have to build completely new capabilities to fulfill the trend, yeah, so that we not miss this opportunity. You see, my 3 topics in this year are Metaverse for healthcare, but to be honest, the second one is covering at the moment 95% of my resources, and we talk about generative AI. Yeah, so with ChatGPT. And the others, and number 3 is, and that's what I already mentioned, we need awareness, and that means we need training, and skill development. So my mission is to discover, inspire, and open the door. Yeah? So for Metaverse and generative AI. So, and you can see on the left side always, because we're talking today about a Metaverse. So this is my virtual identity. Yeah. So, and okay, so I don't know if you're always familiar with POAPs. So POAPs are the proof of attendances. So we use at Bayer this since 1.5 years. So for every congresses, internal trainings, so that you have the opportunity, if you scan the code, you receive an NFT certificate. And this is called a POAP. You see it on the left side. So if you have the chance and you have a digital wallet on your phone, you can scan the code and you will receive then a POAP NFT certificate that you can share later with other outside. I was here. Yeah, I met Mike here for the Metaverse presentation. So the code is available. You see, we have a mint window till 2:30. So, but if someone has interest, write me a LinkedIn message, reach out to me, and then I will send you a personal NFT certificate. All right. So now let's come to the topic why Metaverse matters for business. And on the right side, you see a Gartner strategic technology, and you see Metaverse is in the area of pioneering. So, but to give you a better, and I don't want to avoid here to throw numbers, I prepared a small video with you where I generate an interview with my own avatar. And I hope you will like it.
Dear ladies and gentlemen, dear world-class business leaders, I am Amy, a virtual avatar, and I am very pleased to give you an outlook on the future of the metaverse. For this, I interviewed my dear trend master Mike to give you an outlook on the metaverse, why we need it, how it can solve our problems, and how to start evolution. Hi Mike, what are the top 3 challenges in the healthcare sector for patients and doctors by 2030?
There are 3 pressing health issues we need to address. The first is the rising cost of healthcare, which impedes access to quality care, particularly for low-income individuals. Second, we must find ways to address the global shortage of healthcare workers, including doctors and nurses. And finally, we must address the alarming rise in chronic diseases such as diabetes, heart disease, and cancer, which are largely preventable through lifestyle changes.
Thanks, Mike. Here is the second question. How can the metaverse help solve these three problems?
The metaverse has the potential to address some of the healthcare problems we face. The cost of healthcare can be reduced through virtual consultations, remote monitoring, and other virtual services. With a virtual healthcare workforce, a shortage of healthcare providers could be mitigated. The metaverse can also encourage physical activity and healthy behaviors through immersive experiences. The metaverse will play an essential role in solving these challenges.
Last question, Mike. What steps should the healthcare industry derive from the challenges and opportunities?
Good question, Amy. The healthcare industry must expand access to virtual consultations and remote monitoring, invest in healthcare education, training, and upskilling for employees, patients, and doctors, promote healthy behaviors using immersive experiences and gamification, and work with stakeholders to drive innovation mindset. By taking these concrete steps, healthcare can patients and physicians better care, reduce costs, improve outcomes, and create a healthier future for everyone.
Many thanks, Mike, for the interview, and I hope all participants can take away important insights and make the right decisions. I thank you for the attention and return the talking stick to the real Mike.
Okay, so talking stick back to me, yeah. So, and you always see the power of generative AI, yeah. So how we can use ChatGPT for all the insights, for the arguments, and to use programs like Synthesia.io, where now with my avatar I can speak 120 languages, no problem anymore. But I have some more arguments here. So, and one is that we see that business consulting agencies like Gartner said our behavior will change. Yeah, so in 2026. 25% of us will spend at least 1 hour in a metaverse. So we see reports that it seems every e-commerce or transaction will be run in the future scenario over a metaverse platform. And to focus a little bit more on healthcare, so maybe one indicator is always that you see all big consulting agencies like Gartner, Ernst Young, Forrester, and PricewaterhouseCoopers. Everybody has reports and built up now consultants for the topic metaverse, next evolution step, internet. And we saw we have some resources that the healthcare market for metaverse seems to be 70 billion in 2030. And here's the question to all healthcare and pharma industry: so how much piece you want to from the cake? Yeah? So, and on the other side, we see there's an evolution of new devices. Yeah, so more and more virtual devices will come to the market. We saw it with the Apple Vision Pro. Yeah, so it will be available next January. It could be a game changer, like maybe an iPhone moment. So where we have more and more cross or mixed reality devices. Yeah? So now is the key question. So we know that why it's important. Now the question is how we make this happen, how to enable. And here I want to share here a vision. So a vision where we see that we have all our departments like customer service, supply chain, marketing, R&D. So all the departments are available via immersive integration. So it means we are traveling between physical twins, yeah, so like a physical supply chain, and we have virtual rooms, yeah, so where we organized in the virtual rooms for content hubs, for think tank rooms, for special sales rooms, yeah, so virtual sales reps. So this is a vision, yeah, so that we have what you see in the center, immersive mixed reality experience in the future scenario. And therefore we see on the right side we need some things what the metaverse is offering. Yeah, so we have cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, but as well we have to talk about avatars, virtual identities. And if you see more the trend of GPT, so we will have maybe virtual assistants trained by a GPT model. Yeah? So this is a vision, yeah. So it's always helpful to give a vision, yeah. So otherwise, if it's only a PowerPoint, it's really hard to bring all in the same direction, yeah. So to explain it a little bit more, where are some current problems? Yeah, so most of the companies are suffering on processes, on silos, on complexity. So in the typical organization, top down, so we are organized in departments. Yeah, so departments are sometimes like fortresses. So the future scenario, if it could be that you have, and you see the bubbles. The bubbles are like virtual rooms. Yeah, so they're virtual where you can navigate, and that you have an internal metaverse. That you have an internal where you can go from one room to the other, and you not have to open an application and close an application. So it will be really, you run through the rooms, and you will take your immersive feeling. And in the red color, you see this is the external metaverse. And there are always hundreds, maybe thousands existing metaverses outside. So, and all things have to be connected. And this is the topic of interoperability. So, and that's the reason we need something like a virtual identity, so that you can navigate borderless, but from one to the other area. You can navigate in-house, and then you can travel from in-house to the external metaverses without that you have to set up account, or maybe you have to take care how my avatar look like. You will have all your privileges like in the kind of a digital wallet combined with a virtual avatar. So this is maybe to envision. This is a picture in the background, generate picture from Midjourney, where I asked them develop me a digital twin from the existing and the future scenario world. And you can see what at the end what we will have is we have both worlds. Yeah, so driven the intelligence by generative AI, ask anything, create anything, and execute anything in a mixed reality version. Yeah, so that we have devices like a glass where you concrete get your information where you want to go, and you can open rooms. Yeah, so it's not limited anymore. Yeah, you can travel where you ever you want to go. So maybe a short example about a job transformation. Yeah, on the left side we see some the current digital product and sales manager. So maybe you have your Viva CRM's database. You have your virtual Zoom meetings, and you have your smartphone where you're chatting and messaging with the physician. So the future outlook could be something like this, that you have a mixed reality product and sales. So where you have virtual sales room, where maybe not the whole time you have to be available. Maybe there is a bot, a GPT model, ask anything, where maybe 80% of all the questions could be covered from the GPT bot. On the other side, maybe you can represent your own as an avatar. You have conversations, yeah. And this other picture is back in the physical world with the glasses. You can decide in a physical environment. Yeah, so you can meet you in person, but you bring all this necessary items like contracts, clinical trials, mode of action into these physical meetings, so that you have a shared experience. So what to do? So this is a little bit what I want to share, what we have done at Bayer this year, or we already started, let's say, last year, because we talked a lot about Metaverse. And the first thing was to convince our leadership that they put it on the agenda, so that it is worthwhile to discover. So we are really happy to convince John Karen as a CEO for Bayer Pharmaceutical to be a sponsor, because it is important that you have a sponsor in the leadership team. Then we have set up a platform, as an internal Metaverse platform, which is kind of a playground, so where we can test things. Then we built up a community, because there were a lot of questions from the employees. We centralized this in a Teams community where we have more than 500 users, where was a really exchange. And then we started to collect all the use cases. So there were a lot of use cases, what we can do with Metaverse. So, and we structure all the use cases into squads, yeah? So that we find teams, and we defined 5 different sectors where we then put all the employees into the squads to really work out the ideas. So, and we give them the squads 8 weeks for experimentation. So they had a platform, they have the mentors, yeah. So the expert, they had everything to experiment. So, and after the 8 weeks, they have to transfer the results in kind of videos. So the videos are where we record the session in one of the virtual rooms, and then to explain. So what is the hypothesis, was the objective? So and is it at the end, is it really worthwhile to follow up from the business perspective? So, and this all we could finalized. And what I want to share you is a little bit the highlights. So a two and a half minute video where you get maybe the summary of all our videos with the experience in the metaverse. All right.
I want to show you some impressions from our Metaverse squads and why it's important to try things to work on the right challenges. We found out that virtual avatar identities will play a major role for employees, and that you need your own branded wearable collection. In order to always have the right outfit with the appropriate rights for virtual assignments to use the interoperability to travel between the Metaverse platforms. The next use case was to focus on employee engagement and how to unleash it with Metaverse opportunities. Our idea was a virtual benefit hall where you can exchange commitment points that you have acquired through your own initiative for small benefits as recognition, but you can also exchange ideas on how to improve your commitment. Further options are virtual meeting points to discuss joint ideas and projects, which can bring great benefits to all employees in the company. We have learned that benefits acquired in a community are much more sustainable and have a motivating effect. Now we come to a challenge that we all have to face. How can we train patients to ask and receive important information about health issues in a familiar environment? For this purpose, we have set up a room that, after a short onboarding and AI service based on GPT interface, here the patient can ask all questions about his health problems and worries, a big win-win situation, which could save a lot of time and costs. We have prepared a little surprise for our patients, an avatar selfie station, where patients can tell others about their impressions. And it is always important to collect individual feedback in order to constantly develop the virtual service. A question that we have often asked ourselves, is it possible to centralize the large amount of information for customers with Metaverse? A go-to hub where I can find all the information and where and get help quickly when I am looking for something. The solution could be a Metaverse content hub, which is always available, personalized, and can understand all languages and includes AI services like ChatGPT, where I can ask anything about the company's products and service. Another exciting area are expert areas for important internal topics, such as security and data privacy, where I can get my questions and answers in virtual coffee chats, or new options for virtual learning that ensure that complex information is answered securely, and a little gamification options are always welcome. There are limitless ways to expand and connect these virtual worlds. Many thanks for your attention. Me and my virtual avatar colleagues say goodbye and adios.
All right. So, and I can say so. Before we start the quads, there were a lot of question marks from employees. After the quads, where everybody get experienced by his own and they create their own things, there was a high motivation, and there were a lot of new ideas coming up. And this is exactly what you have to consider. Not talking about a metaverse, you have to really be or to try this out here in a kind of playground. So this is maybe the to-do list I want to share with you. So what we have, and you see green, we already we done this. Yeah. So achievements. So get the leadership onboarded, metaverse training, skills. Yeah. So set up a program in safe area like a playground test to try. And this is some to-dos as well. What we have this year. So of course you see define, enable metaverse strategy, where and how to play. So what we have to do. Yeah. And we are in progress. So to set up the squads for use cases, to improve the employee experience, to capabilities, you have to think about how to transfer it from the experience level, from a maturity level, into a really external facing capability. So there's a lot of things to do. And we see as well partnerships, communities, data security, privacy audits, really important there, because we figured out we have completely new roles, and run customer engagement programs, partner management. And the last one, we already figured out we are now in the age of AI. So we are looking for how we connect a virtual GPT bot into this world where you can ask anything. Yeah, not via a web interface, more with a bot. Yeah? So then finally, so motivation is always welcome. And you saw my presentation at the beginning. So we use this POAP as well for motivation effects. Yeah? So of course, we as humans are collecting things, collecting and engage. And for every squad and all the milestones we achieve, we develop a new POAP. Yeah? So and only if you achieve this milestone, or you finalize your presentation, you achieved one of the POAPs. Yeah, that was a really fun factor, not only to create the POAPs, as well that people were really saw it as a motivation or as a positive feedback, and they were really honored to get this. So, and now my final slide is here to top learnings. Yeah, so top learnings is new roles will coming, training is important, playgrounds has to be established. You have to take a close look to the trends outside, because this Metaverse and maybe or spatial computing, we saw with Vision Pro, new player come to the ground, things go really fast. And you have to empower all the employees for change. So recommendations really try is there, because there's still some skepticism in the leadership. Activate your leadership, explain it, introduce the Metaverse into the company, enable a community, and take care of the community. And so identify the use cases and the squads. And not to forget at the end, establish an environment like a product capability environment and take care of regulations. So if you have further interest to discover me, if you feel to join or connect me via LinkedIn, and then I would say I'm at the end. And if you have time, I can take a question.